This podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors. Your San Diego County Toyota dealers. We've got what it takes. Fix Auto. Corky's Pest Control. And Lolita's Family of Restaurants.
Tommy Morris, Christian Pedersen, Coach David Ring here in Canyonside Baseball Softball Academy, talking about some playoffs. We've got the open division we're going to talk about in this video. We've got one for each division. We put a lot of time and effort in.
Yeah. But
this is the one. This is the open division.
This is it.
So we're going to talk about Wednesday's games now. We're going to come back later and talk about the Friday games once we get there. But for now, just the Wednesday games, starting with the number 1 seed, Eastlake, taking on number 8 seed, Madison. I'm going to pick Eastlake in this one, but all these teams in this open division honestly can beat all of them. This is going to be a crazy playoffs.
I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
This is going to be the best pitching matchup of the year, this game.
Okay.
They got Abel versus Holman, 2 Division I athletes going head-to-head. I think this is the best.
Because you know why they're athletes? Because pitchers are athletes too.
Only sometimes.
No, all pitchers are athletes.
Just got to cover first.
Just ask Jamie Moore.
If you could run to first base.
No, but honestly, there's going to be an endless amount of scouts at this game. This game is going to be fun to watch.
This is a college baseball game.
Do not miss this game.
That being said, give us a little insight into it.
Like I said, Madison's Kevin Abel wants to go out on top. This is his senior year, like it is for many of the Eastlake guys. But I have a feeling that Abel's going to come out and throw his best game of his career and really take it to these guys.
Talking about a guy that threw a no-no in the playoffs last year already.
I'm going to take Abel over Eastlake. I can't lie that
That's icy right there, folks.
Abel,
I like that.
Abel can shut down the best offense in the league, which I do think we're seeing right here in Eastlake. The best offense that I've seen in the last couple of years.
Well, to me, the big litmus test is that Kyle Hurt was able to contain Eastlake. Mm-hmm. And you got to say that they are relatively comparable amounts of talent between Hurt and Kevin Abel. That being said, that Torrey Eastlake game came down to 1 run late, and I just sort of think that Eastlake has a little bit more in the tank. So I think that ultimately what we're going to see here is that Madison snakes their way back around through the losers bracket to be in the final, but that Eastlake is going to beat them here in the first one, 5-3, 5-4, something like that. But Kevin Abel is going to have to go out and basically throw a no-hitter in order to stop this Eastlake offense.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. We got the 4, Rancho Bernardo, playing the 5, La Costa Canyon, a little North County rivalry here in the playoffs. Team I've had as the number 1 team for almost a whole year. Obviously going to pick them. I'm going to go with Rancho Bernardo. And I know we're not doing this now, but I think they will eventually be the champions of the open division.
Okay.
Making that call right now. Guys.
All right. LCC. They've got guys on guys who are hitting up in the 400s, and I know RB has that also. And this is the 4 versus the 5. So this, of any game in any bracket that we have, is the coin toss. But I think LCC. We've talked about senior leadership, and we've talked about a litany of factors that can go into any one game. I just kind of think that LCC is more of a team, and they're going to just edge them out in this one.
By no means am I saying that RB has an easy route here, but I do think they have an easier route than they have in the past. And I do think that it's going to be Madison versus RB, and RB is going to take the next game.
You're way ahead of what we're talking about right now, but I agree with you.
I'm just moving forward.
Dave's just done with the first round. That's already happened.
And that's the feeling. Yeah, right? But you never know.
You're like the Padres front office. Everyone's talking about the here and the now, and you're like, no, look over here, into the future.
Totally.
The one thing I got to say about RB that is kind of the epitome of them is they had a scoreboard on left field. When I was there, they were putting a net around it because the kids were banging the balls off the scoreboard too much and they're breaking it. So it's a good problem to have if you're a team. Down to the bottom side of the bracket, we've got the 6 seed Christian taking on the 3 seed Christian hosting the number 6 seed Torrey Pines. Not going to be Torrey Pines in this game, I don't think.
Not going to beat or not going to beat?
No one's going to.
No one's going to stop Torrey.
They're throwing their ace.
I mean, this is the game that San Diego didn't realize that they needed, but that they do. This is a team that, by all means, should be. This is the 3 and the 6 seeds should have been swapped here. This is the Torrey Pines team that all season long has been on this warpath of trying to retake that top spot in the county, and they got to do it on the road all playoff game long now. On the other side, this Christian team abandoned all aspects of baseball other than hitting, and they smashed their way into a 3 seed in the playoffs in the open division. So this is finesse and good, well-rounded fundamental baseball versus the Bronx Bombers. Just they've dialed up the aluminum. Hogeson walks up there with that aluminum power bat and just ding! And so to me, this is going to be a game of strategery, to borrow a George Bush word. Do they pitch around Hogeson and Wesner and just are they going to see 7 intentional walks trying to set up double plays, or do they go after them and turn this one into just an all-out heavyweight haymaker? Ultimately, I think Torrey has just a little bit more because their offense will be able to keep chipping away at it consistently, but my goodness, this game is going to be 1 or 2 bad pitches away from being a complete reversal of fortune.
I agree. I do agree that the number 3 seed for Christian, in a sense that they're the number 3 or number 4 offense in the county, and they're facing off against, let's be honest, the number 1 pitcher in the county.
Oh, absolutely.
Ranking-wise. So this is going to be an interesting game. This is definitely the most interesting offensive game for me. If Cal Hurt can slow down their offense, I think Christian's going to be kicked out of the playoffs quick.
I mean, we'll see. This Christian team, the one thing they have going for them, I think, in all of this is that they don't have any expectations on their pitching staff. Yep. They're not going out there going, well, as long as this guy can blank them for a couple innings. They already know this going into it, that they need to start smashing the ball. So they're going to get the green light. They're going to start swinging.
Exactly. All right, final game, open division. It is the 2 seed Cathedral Catholic hosting the 7 seed Helix. This game could be a problem for Cathedral. I know they're 2 seed and they deserve it. Helix has got some great pitchers, and you know how it is in the playoffs. You get one good outing from a guy, and you can beat pretty much anyone. They got Kanishi, they got Jackson, 2 good pitchers. I do think Cathedral will hang on to this one, but this will be a lot closer than a lot of people are probably anticipating, because I think it's going to be like a 2-1 game.
Dave?
This is battle of the travel ball players right here. There's got travel ball players from the same team on both sides of the field here. It's going to be a great baseball game. Let's be honest. I think Cathedral's got the advantage, but like you said, anyone can stop anyone, and I'm going to take Cathedral.
I mean, this to me is a perfect flip of the 1 versus 8 game of having. We started with talking Madison Eastlake, where it's like literally you could flip that and it would still be the same type of game, and then Madison could make their way back through the finals. This is a Cathedral team that you just don't want to pick against the defending champs that didn't lose that many players. This is a Helix team that was 1 strike call away last year from moving on to the semis and open, and so you got to assume they're coming with a huge chip on their shoulder. That being said, I cannot pick against the defending champs. I'm going to go with Cathedral to win this one, but the same kind of thing I said with Madison of Helix is going to mop up the losers division bracket. So we're going to see Cathedral and Helix play again probably on Saturday. And we're going to see Madison Eastlake play again on Saturday. This matchup is too good to just have once.
Yeah, and again, we saw it last year. Open division playoffs pretty crazy. We saw Country Day beat LCC last year. No one expected that to happen. It's going to happen. So there's going to be one of those upsets.
No, this is the great thing about San Diego high school baseball versus other sports is that we are so blessed in the depth of this is not at the 7 spot and open it starts falling off, and then by the time you get to that 9 seed in D1, there's just no more talent. We're talking about this open division bracket. All 8 of these teams would smash any other section in the country.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's have 8 teams just toss the coin up and let's see where it lands.
And so that is our open division video. We've got one for each division. Watch all of them. Tell your friends to watch them all. Tell your friends' parents and like their friends to watch them all. And then everyone just watch it.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll be back in a couple of rounds. Actually, no. We'll be back for the next round. Next round is open division. Back on Thursday to give you more of our baseball analysis.